Aria for three.
Welcome back, whānau, here to Rotorua Boys High School, the hosts of the Ty Mitchell Rugby Tournament 2025. We're back out here for live action in our boys section. I'm Brad Pittman, joined in commentary again by Regan Williams. Regan, back out here, and it's the head-to-head matchup, Rotorua Gold and Rotorua Maroon.
Yeah, it's always a good game between these teams. These two teams. There's a little bit of banter, a little bit of who's in, who's keen, you know. And then after they finish, I'm sure they all get on. And a lot of them play a lot of league together, so they'll all know each other, and be good to see how they go.
Yeah, absolutely, and cool to have it here, of course, in Rotorua, meaning despite the weather that you can just see in the cameras there, I'm sure there's probably a fair bit of support come down for both these teams as well, being at home. We see the two teams there lining up, of course, Maroon in the maroon and gold in the black and gold. So those are our two teams as they go head-to-head today. Cool to see also their girls teams out braving the weather to bring the boys on.
Yeah, just a pity with this weather, Brad, because it would have been good to see some running freestyle rugby, but hopefully the boys do go out and do that. But, with these conditions, they'll want to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can't quite pick it up on screen, or if you haven't been down and around the tournament this morning, the rain has set in for most of the day. Pretty greasy underfoot, and ball conditions certainly below great. But like I said, hope a bit of excitement from these two teams as we see a traditional face-off here, the haka, between our two sides. Always good to see, hear and feel the haka to kick off our Ty Mitchell matches there. Of course, both teams from Aotearoa here, both teams with the same haka, but I always love to see when one team starts while the other one's still going, and then a little bit of a face-off there, Riggs.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit more competitive, mate. Gets all the boys wound up. Awesome to see the girls from both sides toe-talk with their boys, so especially in this weather, but good on you girls for getting out there and supporting the boys. Looking forward to this match between Maroon and Gold, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely, and touch wood, I don't want to jinx it, but there seems to be a little bit of sunshine peeking through the clouds at the moment. Hopefully this hangs on for a little while. I know the forecast isn't looking great, but be good to see some free-flowing rugby here as the boys get underway through Maroon.
There's that slippery ball straight away, just slipped out of the halfback's hands. Maroon had a game earlier on this morning against Te. I think they went down 3 points to 0, so it just goes to show how much of an impact the weather has. I watched a little bit of the game there, and they just couldn't run it or anything. It was just far too wet, but like you say, the sun's peaked out, so hopefully you can stay up.
Yeah, and I think both teams coming off a loss this morning. The Gold team went down to Tauranga West in an earlier game up on the backfield. So, both of them looking for a little bit more success this afternoon. So we see first real go at it here. Maroon with the line out just up on the 10-metre line.
She's a bit of a lottery, some of these line-outs. I think it's pretty difficult when there's no lifting in the line-outs. But I think that's a good rule that the Bay of Plenty Rugby Union have instilled into the game, especially at this age.
Yeah, absolutely. Player safety paramount, of course, and just executing probably the throw more important than the lifting at this age.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they're allowed to have a short line out either. That might be a better option.
Yep.
Limit the players or the hands around the ball in the air. But yeah, we'll see how the game goes. Looks like Maroon's on attack there.
Yeah,
charge down.
A lot of pressure being put on Gold's exit there. Couldn't get a clean one away. And now about 5 metres out here, Maroon.
Big centre there for the Maroon side, Levi McMahon.
Yeah, we've seen that be a bit of the flavour of this boys' competition this year. A couple of real rangy players across the sides who can get out and put a fend on, get the legs pumping.
Yeah, I think most teams, their centres are quite big, across the teams. Would have noticed earlier too, there were a couple of big centres out there, so, and number 8s, 13s, 8s.
Yeah, and I think it's something, for those of you not aware, watching perhaps at home for the first time, it is a weight-restricted tournament, so 53 kilos for the boys. Perhaps just see some of those more traditional body types move in different parts of the pack or around different parts of the field. Generally, if it was open rage, you'd have all your big boys stacked up the front, and then you'd probably 2 locks, and that'd be about it. So yeah, an opportunity for perhaps some boys to move around the paddock a little bit in the weight restricted.
Big scrum there by the Maroon. Gold ball though. They'll look to clear it out here surely.
Yeah, not the most convincing exit, but it's off their goal line. And the extra pass there. Under pressure now, Maroon up on the 22.
Good turnover here by the Gold. Excellent play there by the number 8 from the Gold team, Eli Taulili Palasasa.
Yeah, it was really good work there. We might get to see it a little bit later on the replay, but just straight over it, both hands on it, on his feet. Really strong work at the breakdown, and now Gold. See if they can find an exit.
Good hands there from the Gold backs.
And now forced to let go. They tried to hold him up there, and now a bit of a counter push coming. Gold just pegged down their own end, really struggling at the moment to get out, but they're keeping the ball, which is the first part of it.
Big kick downfield, pretty hard in this weather, but unlucky bounce there. Takes it in, the number 5, Jordan Harris, takes it forward. Yeah, Gold was straight on the ball again. Good to see they're not afraid to get amongst it in the rucks. Sometimes it's a bit of a worry when you go over and try and get their ball, mate. Someone's going to come in and just clean you out. Gold's up for it though.
Yeah, the one thing of note while we're touching on the weather, breeze is blowing left to right on the screen. It's not a huge amount, but it is slightly. You can see there the kick's just holding up a little bit. You can see the flags in the background there. Just going, so making it more difficult. There's that first turnover we saw from the number 8 there, Eli. And then another one, just getting hands on it. Like I say, good to see. Good to see from the Gold players there.
There's that line out again. Cleaned up there by young Jesse from Jesse Metzaking. He's one of the captains for the Maroon side. Good hands there. Might have got away with that. Might have been offside there a little bit, that number 12.
Yeah, you often forget when, you boot it ahead that it's then still a kick, a live kick, and everybody's got to be either placed onside. So you may be a little scrambly there, but they keep coming here, Maroon, and Golder up fast.
Good carry there by Ashdown Edmonds.
And despite the weather, this Maroon team's still trying to sling the ball, which I say good to see, but it's got to stick or they're going to put themselves under pressure.
Yeah, I was going to say they might want to just chuck it through the hands for the first few moments, just until they suss this weather out, because you did say there's a little bit of wind, and you would have seen there in that long pass the wind just carried it forward a little bit, so it makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, that's probably a shot of where I'd rather be at the moment. Riggs in the hoodies and on the sideline at the moment, trying to stay warm. Like we said, tough, challenging conditions as we see it. We'll pick off the back. Cleaned up well by Maroon, though. They'll win it there.
Looks like it might have been hands in the ruck there. Metakingi, good strong runner, this young boy. Just going to the edge, the Maroon side.
Yeah, a little untidy at the breakdown there, but they've still got it, Maroon. And Gold again, just trying to get over the ball. Nothing that time, though.
Nice little offload there by Metakingi to his fellow loose forward, the number 7, Salofa. Big rangy number 8 there.
Yeah, there's a break.
Jack Rickety.
Yeah, good cover tackle too by the 15 for Gold. They keep possession here, Maroon, working back towards the middle of the park.
Salofa again, the number 7. Pick and go from the Maroon side might be the option. Keeping it in close to the line.
Yeah, and they are getting closer to each of these pick and goes, getting them a little closer to the line. That one's going to be close if he can get down.
Unlucky there by the prop, Fredrickson.
And now they've got to have numbers towards the corner. And ball out in one hand, puts it down Tizell, Angel Mihaka into the corner. The number 11 for Maroon, they strike first after a good phase of pick and go. Now they switch the other side of the posts and find one in the corner there. Good play.
Yeah, excellent play there by the Maroon side. See that nice little pass there, tip off by Metakingi to his other flanker. Then we've got the big rangy number 8. Gets on the outside, but some good defence out there by Gold. But I like the way here, they got it wide. Must have been an overlap somewhere, and they get it to that winger who just shows his pace and goes straight for the corner. Takes the score to 5-0 to the Maroon side.
An opportunity to add the extras here from left side of the posts. And just across the face there. Not a bad nudge at it, but not an easy kick by any means. And just stays at 5 here. The advantage for Maroon. We'll see it again on the replay. This is the final spread. You can see a couple of skip passes. Good heads up. It was the 8 and the 12, just getting things wide.
Yeah, I think that long pass there from Rickety might have been the one that that made the difference there.
Again, it's just like young fellas at this age identifying after 5 pick and goes that there's got to be some space somewhere. You'll have to see the heads up footy.
He's a big rangy boy too, number 4, Lennox Waldron. Good line defence there by the Gold side. Just want to move up a little bit quicker though, I think. There, good work there by the little man, number 24, Austin Mitchell.
And yeah, you could hear the groans before you heard the whistle there from the players. I think they even knew that one had Probably found that little bit of wind as well, floated forward. But you're right, yeah, the inside pressure there from the 24 got up early, just forced them down that short side. So you see some of the coaching staff there from the Gold team.
Yeah, well, that's what they say. Defence wins the games, mate. You know, if your defence is up quick and you put the pressure on them, you'll get their ball back.
Yeah, and you know, when you've got some of those opposition players, you know, the Jack Rickety, Jesse Metz-Kingi, some of these bigger boys that can run, you've got to stop them before they get revved up and get going. So, yeah, look to see a little bit more of that from Gold.
There's the Gold back line here. It's on for number 14.
Oh, there's some gas. Might be a little isolated. There come the troops, and it's a good clean out from Gold, but they need someone to pick the ball up.
Oh, it's good to see they using the ball. Get to the middle pod there.
Just looking at options. That one's going to take a touch, so advantage.
Good advantage played here by the ref. Could have blew the whistle. Might have been a yellow card there, you know.
Yeah, they do.
Intentional knock on.
Yeah, now a little bit of a go at it here.
Oh, unlucky there by the little man, number 24, Mitchell. Gave it a go, though. Good on him.
Yep. He could very well have come off, and now Maroon, they'll have to work it out of their own end.
Good
Gold,
strength
they've ripped
shown
one.
there by the big number 8, Palisasa.
I've been really impressed with Gold at the breakdown. They got boys there that are happy to get in and do the work.
Yeah, they're not scared. That's what you want. Another little grubber there by Mitchell. Just unlucky there by the Maroon side. Like this little man, old Mitchell, he's give it a go. He's not shy.
Yeah, and he backs himself, which is good to see.
Yeah.
A couple of options where he's seen a little bit of space in behind. Obviously, the execution in that one a little off the mark, but that first grubber he put in, really nearly.
There he goes there.
Yeah, it's almost a half chip.
Thought he might have put the toe on it
Yep.
there, but went down on the ball. So both options were there, but just didn't work out. Tight head to Maroon. Nice left foot kick there by the 10.
Yeah, you can see
Hurst Cooper.
the breeze getting it there, just giving it a bit of extra leg, and it's going to have to be worked out of their own end here. Gold and Maroon are up in a line.
Excellent chase there by Maroon. Big counter attack there. Gold holding on to the ball though. Here they go.
And again, that's smart play from that Maroon team. Remember, they were set up to defend the scrum, so they had to get up in the line and then chase on through as well. So good effort from Maroon and Gold now. Going to phase their way out. Ball's out.
Just unlucky there. The number 2 for Gold. Just didn't have the support. Maroon back on attack. Metz-Kingi will take it forward. He's been doing it all day.
And they look the short side. Holds the ball up. There they finally get it off.
Good tackle there. Well, might not have released their ball. Yeah, good ball by the referee. Excellent defence by the Gold. He just needed to, when he got tackled, he was meant to release the ball before he stood back up, but he no release, so the refs decided penalty to Gold.
And here's our man, the little general. He is up controlling the troops for Gold.
Nice little kick there.
We'll see it again. This is defensive work.
There it is there, so no release of the ball. Good defence by the Gold.
And you see it a fair bit on the rugby on TVA where they just let it go off their hands for a second and then they're all good to go, but with no release there, and now a stolen line out.
So who's really good at that is the women's game.
Yep.
The women's team, the women's players are really good at, getting tackled, releasing the ball, getting up, having another go.
Yeah, I think the one that, and it's already translating through to 15s, but someone like Georgia Miller, I think, is unreal at it. Obviously from the 7s, and then her recent shot with the Black Ferns. She's one of those players that you think she's gone and tackled and away again.
Oh, she's brilliant to watch. Here's our man again, kicks it down, makes a few metres at halfway there. Kingston Green running the ball back at the gold side.
Yeah, and who is it that's made the tackle? Our man who'd made the kick got across and made the tackle as well. He's everywhere. Fortunately, he's easy to spot with the blonde mullet going on. And got back and forth. Maroon now under a bit of pressure up the sideline.
Brilliant carry there. Rickety's having a great game. Oh, another penalty to the gold. Just a few mistakes creeping in there for this Maroon side, especially on attack in the own half.
Yeah, a couple of ball in hand penalties as well. You know, like I say, just not releasing there when especially when they've got a roll. And again, good kick down towards halfway. So number 24 for gold, Austin Mitchell. We have another look at the gold bench. I'll tell you what, doesn't look too warm out there.
You would have thought they had some jackets for those boys, though.
Yeah, I think Galatea bought them all out, hunting and fishing jackets.
All right, here we go. Oh, good jump there by Maroon. Might have knocked it on, though. Gold regather.
Looking for their options. There's Mitchell, spreads it.
Nice, gives it to the left footer. Put a nice kick in there. Just needs the bounce.
Oh,
lucky.
Yeah, I think any other bounce and he was probably away. They're going to come back for it. It is a knock on. You see they're signalled at the bottom of the screen by the touchy. But again, I love the look of it. A little left foot kick over the top there.
Yeah, that was a great option. It's always good to have a left foot kick if you're going from right to left. Nice little nudge too, just the bounce of the ball got him.
Yeah, and he probably only had one to beat there. I think it was just the 15 for Maroon. Tupiri Hoiparui coming across. Solid scrum from Maroon, good platform. And love the first pass with a bit of width on it too.
Good carry from McMahon. Nice long pass. Oh, might have knocked that on there. That's where we want those hands, I think, eh? The long passes, they have to be accurate, otherwise that's what happens in this weather. As soon as that ball hits the ground, the wet ground, it just slips away on you.
Yeah, and they actually had plenty of numbers down that side too, Maroon, but the first two ran block runners straight through and left their mate with only the long ball option.
Yeah. Might have been that pod trying to run through, look for a bit of a back door. All right. Little Mitchell feeds the backs. Bit of an overlap here. Nice pass there. Yeah. Skip pass. Excellent pass. Out to the winger, Dante O'Reilly.
He gets up and goes again too. Wasn't held in the first tackle. And a good plant. Here he is again.
Not sure if that was the right idea, but might work out for him.
Yeah, it's...
Look at him, he's even making the tackle.
Yeah, he's been immense. I'm not entirely sure how they haven't got the ball back for that first knock on, but actually really good clearing kick. This is going to go all the way down to halfway and stay in the field.
Unlucky there for goal, but they've got the ball. See what they can do just before half time. Oh, good play there by Maroon 10. Cullen Hermana.
You can see there at the breakdown, the ball tries to be pulled, and often that ball carrier that took it into the tackle just doesn't want to lose possession after a ranging run back, and we'll see it here on the replay pretty clearly. Ball tries to get picked up once or twice there, and then as every ball carrier does, they put their hands up and say, it wasn't me, I wasn't holding it.
Yeah. Excellent play though by the first five. You don't usually see the 10s getting amongst it like that, but young Cullen Hermana was in there. Gold just want to hold out Maroon for these last few seconds of the first half. Yeah,
I'd say I think the ref just looked at his watch there, probably aware that they're at or on time.
Nice.
Here's that kick again. See
There he
what?
goes. Bounce of the ball. Oh, might have been, yeah, not too bad there. Secured the ball though, the number 12. Thought he might have got done for off his feet.
Yeah.
Don't have the ruck.
And now he's still working here, Gold. Maroon.
Big counter attack there by the Maroon side.
Here's our man. He's seen some space. Put some footwork on.
Exciting little player, that young Mitchell. Good line defence by the Maroon side. Caught them about 10 metres behind the advantage line.
And the wraparound play with the 15. He's halfway through the first tackle.
Retain their ball, the Gold side. Puts it downfield. Finds a bit of grass. Nice bounce of the ball though for the fullback for the Maroon side. Paul Aotearoa knocks it on.
Yeah.
Penalty. Hands in the ruck.
You just see it on this near side. Perhaps just raking one back. As we see, good run up the middle of the field. There for Maroon.
There they go, they're going to the edge. Oh, unlucky there. Excellent defence. What a great half of rugby that was, Brad.
Yep, excellent half of footy. Excellent half. Maroon started strong, and then Gold started firing a few shots back at them. Couldn't get across the line, but this is a real arm wrestle at the moment between these two teams, and you expect nothing else from these the crosstown rivals, the two Rotorua teams here at TAMA Mitchell 2025.
Yeah, I think the Gold team did really well, especially with the wind in front of them. So they'll go into the second half with the wind behind them.
Yeah. Welcome back here to whānau. Welcome back here to Rotorua Boys High School. Welcome back to TAMA Mitchell 2025, and welcome back to our boys game between Rotorua Gold and Rotorua Maroon. It is the Maroon side with the advantage 5-0 on the scoreboard. Just the one unconverted try in that first half, and plenty of action both ways. As we see them get ready to kick off. The rain is holding off at the moment. Breeze, though, will favour the Gold side for the second 20 minutes. And be interesting to see, because they did put a couple of crossfield kicks in, if it helps them in the second half, with a little bit of breeze at the back.
Yeah, I agree, mate. If the goal team keep putting the boot to ball, you know, it might help out, especially with this wind. The wind, you know, it comes and goes, but when it does come, it's quite, you know, it's got some hoof to it. Here we go. This will tell. Good kick straight into space.
Yeah, and we can see there, you know, that same player had a couple of goes at it in the first half and didn't look anything like that. So a bit of breeze out there for sure, and it'll be really interesting to see how Gold can use it, because not only do they got a left foot and a right foot kicker, but they've got a bit of speed on the edges too if they can, you know, unlock it.
Maroon we'll try and keep this ball close, I'm quite sure, and they've got a couple of good ball carriers in Metakingi and Salofa, as well as the 8 Rickety,
Yeah.
so it'll be interesting to see how they play the second half.
Yeah, their back of the scrum combo has been huge in that first half. Those three names you mentioned, pretty damaging ball runners, but look, you can see the pressure here being put on by Gold.
Yeah, this Gold team's just hungry, aren't they? Hungry for the win.
Yep.
They're just all in.
And
Good defence there by the hooker from the Maroon side, Cunningham.
And they've ripped one away here, Maroon. Now it's a foot race down the near side touchline. Good contact.
Great tackle by the cover defence for the Gold team. It looks like it was the number 7, Asher Nevin. We might see that on the replay. It was a big hit, big contact. Here we go. Jordan Harris.
Yeah, didn't quite see it on the replay, but you're right, it was solid cover tackle there. And now Maroon, they lose it at the ruck.
Big defence line there by the Maroon side. Gold had nowhere to go.
Yeah, playing under a knock-on advantage. I think that's one thing that this Maroon side have probably identified is the combo between the, we'll see this.
There's that hit here, look. Smack, good hit.
Straight at the ribs. Love to see it. No, but yeah,
Got a bit fiery on the sideline.
the two players that Gold have playing at first and second receiver there, I think it's 24, and I didn't catch the number of the second one. You know, the skill set those two players have together, one's a more natural ball runner and one's a kicker. So this Maroon team just trying to put some pressure on those two as their key pivots, and they've won one from the scrum here.
Excellent play there by the Gold 8. Taulili Palasasa, he's had a good game so far.
Bit of juggling too, I think, with the footy.
Good hands. Oh, good defence, oh, good pressure by the Maroon backline.
Yeah, good pressure being put on.
Turnover there. Might have been a little bit hard done by, but it might have been a ruck. Ref may have called a ruck. Big tackle there. Big run though by Jesse Metakingi.
Yeah, love the tackle too, Liam Sidhu. And now Maroon looking up that right side, little out the back of the hand, and it's stolen. A little messy over the far side of the field. The ref will do his best.
Yeah, like the way he tried to chuck the old Sonny Bull out the back, but you know, might be not the conditions for that, but gave it a go. Good on him.
And shout out to the support crews from all of the teams coming down and braving the weather today. Good to see those of you out here. Like I said, this game especially with the two Rotorua teams, a fair few parents and supporters around the sidelines. So shout out to you all and those watching along from the comforts of your home. Shout out to you guys as well.
Big defence coming in from Gold. Maroon carrying. He's been a little bit quiet, the number 12, Ashton Edmonds. Yeah, I seen him earlier. He had a couple of good runs. Just need to get the ball to him a little bit more. Huge tackle there,
big hit
from the Gold.
And like you said in the lead up to this one, Regan, there's more than just the game result here. These guys will be playing footy with and against each other in different teams and clubs as well, and there's bragging rights out here as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they know each other, and you know they would have been having a banter in the lead up to the whole tournament, not just today and yesterday. So, and it's always a good battle between Gold and Maroon. But as of late, the Maroon side have always been up on, had the better of the two teams. But, you know, this Gold team's right amongst it today.
And now a bit of a spread towards the right side. Little stutter step, and they bring on the winger. And he's chopped down. Great tackle, into touch too.
Looks like it's our man, Mitchell. Was it?
Just trying to see, and no, get a freeze frame on that. We'll see it shortly. Hard to tell. It was certainly one of the mullets. You say, and we saw it earlier. There's a few of them going around this week.
Yep.
Here it is here. No, I think it was our guy Austin Mitchell a little earlier in field. And we're back on now, and a big spread from Maroon. They've got numbers here if they can use them.
Go to the edge here. They might be in. Oh, great defence though by the Gold. Look at that. Just
sliding defence. I thought they were going to score it exactly the same way they scored their first one.
Yeah, so did I. What excellent courage shown by this Gold team. They're just not giving up.
No, they've had their backs on the walls for a lot. The back on the wall for a lot of this game, and just keep standing up.
Looks like the Maroon team changing a few of their players over.
Yeah, I think reinforcements coming from both sides here, and now under a bit of pressure. Gold on their own line. With the line out feed, they've won it.
Yep, that's all they needed to do. Throw it to the front. Touchdown by Maroon, so they might get the ball back, the Gold side.
Yeah, so they made a net gain of about 4.5 metres out of all of that. But perhaps a little more breathing room. So you see they're just on the left of the screen, our man Jack Rickety there. Looks like he's come up a little limp after all of that action in Maroon now with a spread. There's one of the new men on the field, Malachi Hall for Maroon.
Just a little knock on in there once again by the Maroon side. Just a few mistakes sneaking in with this Maroon team. But in saying that, the Gold team are just, their defence is tenacious, mate.
Yeah,
they're loving it, right amongst it.
They've been so tough. Rotorua Gold, like I said, they've had to do a fair bit of it. Been so impressed with their work around the ruck, getting hands on the ball, and being pretty clean there. They win another penalty that time. Still under pressure here though, Gold. Wouldn't mind seeing them get one on the boot if they can get a clean look at it.
Good hands there by the first five.
Great hands, and it might be a little isolated. So here is Podcum, and they get it clear again. They're a long way up, that Maroon team.
Good little clearing kick by Mitchell.
And up comes the midfield bomb.
Finds the grass. Might have been in that 10-metre circle, but the ref says play on. Is that a good game, Jordan Harris?
Yeah. Yeah, they're actually under a knock-on advantage as well off that kick. Maroon now.
Again, Harris is it out to his winger, Angel Mihaka. Fighting through the tackles.
Yeah, another good tackle, Liam Sidhu there, number one. He's been good defensively for Gold, and Maroon now with a sweep. A little bit of block play there. And they finally get it out to the flanks.
Showing a bit of pace there, Salofa.
Oh, what a steal. Again, Gold at the ruck. They've been phenomenal there today.
Yeah, I agree. See if they can get it out of their half. That's what they'll want to do in the next couple of minutes, just to try and release the pressure from themselves.
And there's the left foot up, puts it on the boot.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. How's the defensive line coming up? Good. Oh, they've just...
Yeah, just fell away a little bit in that middle pocket. The first group had got up well, but a little fractured the line. They're back now on the 10.
Good play by the Maroon there, though. Earlier they just took the ball away from the pressure.
A little bit of footwork there, Sean. Louis Brake, the number 3 for Maroon. And now another spread.
Big defence there. Managed to hold the ball, though, and get through the Maroon player. Another carry from Jesse Metakingi. Jersey list now.
Yep. He'll have to pop that one back on. And Gold still just showing toughness in defence. It's our man again in there. Austin Mitchell in the thick of things. And that's never going to be easy to catch.
Good pressure there by little Mitchell. Might have to keep an eye on him throughout the tournament, mate. I'm sure the selectors will be looking at him for the Wasps team, because as you know, at the end of this tournament, they do choose 24 of the best players to be selected for the New Zealand Wasps team. And then they'll go to a tournament where they may be able to be selected for our national honours. So awesome little incentive for the boys.
Yeah, absolutely. Exciting little pathway of opportunity for them. And shout out to the New Zealand Wasps for not only being part of organising that, but being one of the sponsors of this weekend's tournament, alongside Legend Sportswear, of course, kitting out a fair few of the teams. And the epic work that Titch and the crew are doing there at Legend. Shout out to One Foundation, the team there who have long supported this tournament and many others in and around the region. So a massive thank you again to One Foundation, one of the major sponsors of the tournament. You see we come back for this penalty advantage.
Yeah, here's that Gold team, mate. They had a big carry there from the number 7 from the Gold, Ash and Nevin. There he is again, big carry. Big hit coming in there from the 11. Ties out Angel Mihaka. He put a hit on him earlier as well.
Yeah.
He may get a little bit of a warning here.
Yeah. The referee's just stopped time there. He's just talking about, I think, probably not only the contact high, but a bit of intent there. Come flying in too.
Good commitment, mate. Good commitment. That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
Rightio, here we go. Gold. They haven't spent much time down this area in the second half.
They might just smell an opportunity here to upset Maroon, who've had the bulk of the attacking play, have the scoreboard lead as well. And this could be huge here from Gold this next couple of phases, but they can't get the ball in.
Yeah, they're just having a little trouble with their lineouts. The Gold side, you know, earlier on in this half, they threw it right to the front.
Yeah.
And they won the line out.
Yeah.
A couple of them they're throwing into the middle, and they're just getting turned over. So, you know, the old saying, keep it simple.
Yeah, I think certainly not only in these conditions, but with no lifts and some of the taller players in that Maroon team, I'd probably just be going short and trying to secure it as we see good bit of physical play there. Both teams up for it.
Not sure what that's for.
Yeah, I think he's almost...
Might have been a high tackle.
Yeah, that or a shoulder charge. No arms in the tackle, as we saw a shooter come up from the 10. There's a bit of feeling in it now.
Yeah, mate, 5 minutes to go.
Yep.
It's anyone's game, really. Maroon puts a kick down. Not a bad kick. Bounce with the ball. There he is again. That number 7 for Gold, Asher Nevin. He's having a super second half. He's stepped up. It's unlucky there by Mitchell. Might have went out on the full there.
Yeah, that's the call. They're going to come back down towards halfway where he kicked it from. That's an unfortunate one. I think he's just trying to put a bit of pressure on into the corner. I like the idea. It just missed execution ever so slightly.
Bit untidy again, the line out. Maroon regather though. Good defensive line there by the goal team. They might hold him up here. Oh, unlucky.
Tried to, yeah. You can see again the intent. As now the little kick gets put in. Oh no, he's made a meal of it now. Maroon with some space.
He's a big player, this guy, the number 11, Angel Mihaka. He's put in a couple of big hits. Might have knocked that ball on though.
Yeah, you're right.
Unlucky. Well, the kicks that the Maroon side are putting down, they're paying off.
Yeah, perhaps rather fortunate that one, but again, kick's only as good as the chase, and Taizal Angel Mihaka was there putting the chase on, so you make your own luck out here as a couple of the boys try and play off the superstardom that is the live stream.
Yeah, when they get older, they'll see that and they'll think, oh, I should have been look cool instead of try to be shy.
And
Find some space here.
Yeah, love that kick.
Nice.
Oh, and the hands. It's a foot race to the corner.
He'll want to get under the post, mate.
He's
Nice
got
and close. This boy, his mates are telling him.
How good. What a
try.
try. Taina Tukana Hudson. That's a name around these parts. The Tuakana Hudson whānau as well.
Yep, well-known whānau. All right, here we go. Big kick. Nice kick. Finds the grass. Like you said earlier, kick's only as good as its chase. There he is. Bounce of the ball.
Yeah, slips one and then pins the ears back. There's all 26 kilos of him at full tilt. Look at that.
See his mates telling him to get under the post, get under the post. Big kick coming up.
Huge one, huge one. Likely for the game with only 3 minutes left here in the second half. And this could seal it here for gold.
Number 16, Eben Shaw. There it is.
He's knocked one over, cool as you like. Keeps it low, drills it over the post, and they're up 7-5 here, gold.
Yeah, they're deserving of where they're at the moment, the gold side. They've just looked a little bit hungrier than this Maroon team.
Yeah, and for all the defending that they've had to do, they've been phenomenal, and like you say, I think probably deserving of finally getting one across the line. And now they've got 2 minutes to hold on here, gold.
They just want to hold on to the ball. Asher Nevin's been inspirational in the second half. Mitchell finds the grass again. He's looking for the outline.
It's another really good kick.
What a kick. Excellent kick.
Yeah, and again, as much as you'd say, oh, keep the ball in hand, well, the lineouts are such lotteries where if you can get it at the right end of the field, it makes it pretty tough anyway, so love the heads up. Austin Mitchell, he's been fantastic all day for gold. And now Maroon, they're going to have to go the best part of 65 metres here. And like we've said already, they're going to have to get the ball in first, and they couldn't do that. So
looks like gold's got the ball.
and again, our man puts it on the boot.
Space.
It's a great kick.
Nice. Yeah, great. And he's still
And he's chasing.
Unlucky. Big tackle there. Might be a turnover from the goal. Maroon get there. Well done.
And now
another carry from Jesse. Oh no, from Salofa.
You know, for any young players there watching us give raps to Austin Mitchell, yes, it's cool that he's putting the kicks and all the rest of it. Watch the kick chase. That's way more important than the kick he's putting in. Again, he got up and contested that one. So, you know,
Carry there.
About 30 seconds here for gold to hang on. There might be a slight stoppage that we did see when they were talking about the high tackle. You know, 30 seconds or so, but I'm sure the refs will be talking to them about the time. And big dummy.
Huge dummy goes up to Filippo.
Yeah, the time won't matter if they can score again. As we see a spread now for gold.
Might have been a forward pass there.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the whistle's gone. Rotorua Gold, look at them. They come screaming onto the field. Look at what it means to them. Rotorua Gold win the crosstown matchup here, 7-5.
Yeah, excellent play there by the Rotorua Gold team. They looked like they wanted it the whole game, didn't they, Brad? The Maroon side, they tried their hardest, but just a few mistakes in and around the ruck area just cost them. So excellent game to Gold. May have been an upset there, I think.
Yep.
But good on them for giving it a go, and just unlucky to Maroon.
Yeah, they started so well, scored that early try and thought they might roll on with it here. Had a ton of opportunities, but like you said, just around the ruck, Gold were phenomenal. They got hands on the ball, they got ruck penalties and turnovers, and they just didn't give up. They had a couple of players there that just wouldn't take a backward step, and in the end, they get one, they get the conversion to go with it, and after 40 minutes of exciting footy, Rotorua Gold take down Rotorua Maroon here in our boys matchup. Make sure you come back and join us for the next live stream game. We'll be back here at 2:30.
Came with the hands out, get them off us. I'm 24/7 in the office. Pay attention cause I ain't repeating offers. Yeah, never met a man I've been scared of. Careful, you gon' get exactly what you asked for. Here for whatever you bring me.